Happy Sunday. I hope that you had a fantastic weekend. I want to congratulate you if you're getting this nugget for sticking with me this summer. This is the best decision that you could have made for yourself, whether you plan on making gains or just maintaining all of the hard work that you have put in the fall and the winter and the spring. Instead of even maybe some of you may not get ahead due to not being as consistent as you possibly can, or being off grid and not having access to the specific loads, which I'm going to talk about in a few minutes. But you have decided to do your best, and it may mean that you're just maintaining all of the hard work, but for some of you that's not the case, so we just carry on. We are losing muscle rapidly, ladies. We cannot afford to take too much time off. It's going to happen this summer. So if you are working out less often, please make sure that the intensity, your efforts are there. They have to be there. Now, what happens if you don't have access to a gym? I know that this isn't the case for everyone, but I want you to focus on tempo. So those three numbers that are underneath every single exercise, unless I've specified otherwise, there's no number. I want you to focus more on those. I'm going to be slowing you down. Okay, so I just talked to a one-on-one client about this last week. Even though she read the learning library and knew that those numbers meant tempo, me explaining it to her made a world of difference. So we tend to speed through exercises, especially on the eccentric. You hear me talking about these, you hear me talking a lot about slowing down in the videos, but I want you to really do that for real. So if you see a number 3 times 10, you're just going to want to get through the 10 if the intensity is there. It's uncomfortable. This is not always the most pleasurable experience, right? We're putting pressure on our bodies to perform a certain way, and it does create some negative and uncomfortable feelings, but this stuff makes you stronger, so just keep that in mind. So I want you to slow things right down if you do not have the proper loads. So for example, when I have a squat written down for you, typically the first number is that going down phase. That's the eccentric phase. That's the slower phase. That's the phase that's going to improve your strength. And if you're stronger, it's going to put more muscle on you. So those eccentric phases, the letting go phases, need to be slow. Typically what I see, and I've actually seen fitness influencers online squat down, drop into their knees. So let me show you what I mean by that. So just holding the bar or holding dumbbells or holding up here, I see this drop, 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 okay? Please don't do that. That is just hurting your knees, and your muscles are not doing the work. So you need to go down as slowly as I write down. So typically on a normal squat, it's a 2 count, 1, 2. In the middle of that, the 3 numbers, the first, second number is in between phase of your concentric and coming back up to the concentric. And that's the thing that will be very, very, very important for you to dial into and pay more attention to if you do not have specific loads. So you're going down for a 2 count. Normally I'll have you maybe hold for a 1 count, maybe 2. And then I typically will have you come up concentrically in a 1 count. The reason why I want you to come up a little bit quicker on the concentric is I want you to push hard. I want you to use the power in your legs to get you up. So it would look like this. You're coming down for 2, pausing for 1 count, and then you're going to come up, squeezing the quads, right? We're focusing more on the quads when we do a squat. Coming down slow, knees aren't dropping in, going off tangent here, hold, then you can power up, but squeeze the quads. We're not extending the bum into this. Okay, so that is a proper tempoed squat. But what happens when you don't have access to your barbells or your big dumbbells because you're camping, but you're going to just do the workout the best you can either? That is when tempo makes the biggest differences. It also helps if you have injuries. If you have sore knees, sore lower back, and you cannot put a bar on your back, which was me for over a year, almost 2 years, could not put any weight on my body. My shoulders couldn't hold the barbell, and my body just could not take the load. So what did I do instead? Well, I certainly did not give up. Instead, I changed the tempo. So I went down for a 5 count. Maybe I held for a 3 count. Then I came up halfway. then it went back down, and I wasn't strong enough then to pop up. So I actually just came up for a 2 count, squeezing. And so I did things like pulses, small squats, and I added like a concentric movement, which is no movement, just constant tension. That will make a enough of a difference on your working muscles to still even build those muscles. In fact, it might surprise your muscles, shock them a little bit, and they may respond to that in a positive way. So then, of course, you're going to increase your rep range as well. So you're not maybe going to be able to follow the program exactly how I have written down, but you have still made the decision to stay committed. And that is fucking amazing. So you just need to do the best you can and be proud that you've decided to stay committed over the next couple of months, because instead of taking a major step back for all of the people that decided that they didn't want to commit for a couple hours a week each week, you are that much further ahead, continuing to climb up that mountain, but everyone else is running back up trying to catch up. It's just absolutely not worth it. So good for you. Do the best you can, stay positive, and remember, if you're not as consistent this summer, that is absolutely okay. It's the mindset going into your gym or into your camping space that's the most important thing. What am I going to do for this session to the best of my ability to at least maintain, hopefully get ahead, but at least maintain all of the hard work that I have put in the fall, the winter, and the spring. So it just means that you have to be a little bit more creative, add a few more reps, and then when you do have access to a gym or your company is away for a few weeks or you're at home, then you can take advantage of those experiences or those times that you can really get a good workout in. But mindset throughout the next several weeks in this time period is going to be really important in terms of what you decide to stay committed to and what you don't. So I think that's the most important thing that I wanted to bring to the nugget today. I'm planning on doing a lot of travel. I'm not going to have access to a gym half the time this summer. So I'm going to bring my suspension trainer, a couple hip circles, some of my loop bands, a couple of hand bands, and that is going to be what I do when I'm traveling. And I'm just going to do the best I can. Maybe I'm not going to be getting further ahead without my heavy loads, because I have been able to push my body with such heavy loads, but I'm not going to be taking steps back. I'm going to be maintaining, so then when the fall comes and I have access to a more consistent space, I'm just continuing to walk up that mountain. So mindset, positivity, focus, intensity, being creative, all of these things are going to contribute to a successful strength session this summer. So let's get this going. I'm super excited. Just keep going. You are worth it.